Okay, so we've got a few 3D printers going on around here right now, so I'm sure there's going to be some extra noise. I apologize for that. But in this room right now, okay, so here we have the 20 amp and the 30 amp power supply side by side, so you can actually see the different sizes that they have there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just, basically replace this one and get it set up in here so we can start using this one. This larger power supply is going to ensure that we can use the Raspberry Pi and the LED lights with the printer without actually, causing one of those things to fail. One thing I also did notice inside the Anet E-10 is that there is there's no Mosfet. And so since it has no Mosfet, what I'm going to do here is I've got this add-on. Go ahead and open this guy up. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to install this guy on the inside of the board, and of course the power is going to go into here, and there's going to be the cables going to the hotbed, and then this goes into the control of the hotbed on the motherboard, you'll call it, or the control board. So this goes to the control board hotbed, this goes to the actual hotbed, and this over here goes to the DC in from the power. So that's how that works. Also, because I'm using LED lights, I did get myself the dimmer. Yep, so we can actually use the dimmer right here to turn the lights up or down. I've got that pretty much in every single printer with lights just because I prefer to have that. Always make sure you get yourself some zip ties and some cable covers like this. This is really good for most 3D printers. Anytime you add your own cabling to it, if you put this around it, it makes it look like it was part of the 3D printer in the first place because that's what it already has. So very good cabling stuff to get right there. I'll make sure to have all the links below with the stuff that I'm using. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you guys some of the stuff. Over here on the Lulzbot Taz 6, we've got a lot of accessories printing for the Anet E-10, including we've got the new updated fan shroud. We've got some new smaller pieces for the bottom, that way they don't hit those little motors like we talked about in the unboxing video. I've also got a cable on the back that's going to help give it some restraint, and just a few other little attachments that we'll of course show later in the video. Okay, so now you can see we have the insides right there. We have two extra fans on the internal there that are plugged into the power supply as well. But this power supply is just not going to cut it for all the things we want to do to it, like I said, including the Pi and all that. So I'm going to go ahead and start installing those things right now with this new power supply, and I'll get back to you guys here after that's done. So there you can see it on the screen printing from the Raspberry Pi. We've got the Anet E-10, aka Little Beast. Of course, we've also got the CR10 Big Beast, the Anet A8, my first printer They've also each got prints going right now. Not only can we see the temperature right now, but we can also control over here the camera, but the camera's not placed properly just yet, but it will be eventually. So I need to print some more things for that. So let's go take a look at it. Okay, I actually forgot, we've got the Lowesbot Taz 6 over there printing away. And of course, like I said, we've also got the Anycubic. I forgot to mention the Anycubic is over there printing a vase as well. And there is the Anet A8 printing a gear for the top of another printer that we're going to open later. Then we've got the CR10 right there printing some modern mag mounts in red, which is super, super sweet. Love those things. And then right here we have an Xbox holder being printed on the Anet E10. And this Anet E10, just so you guys can see, Casper really wants to be in the video right now. Hey buddy, how are you, bud? Yeah, you're a good boy. The Anet E10 right now is printing from the Raspberry Pi, and I haven't turned on the mod that allows you to see the percentage, but as soon as you download the mod, you'll be able to see that. Over here, you can see the print is just going, you know, perfectly fine. The actual quality of the print, I want you guys to pay attention. You know, I think the quality's pretty good. It's got a few little bubbles. It looks like I can see 2 little bubbles in the print. So yeah, it's pretty darn good quality. So anyway, the mods that I did is underneath the print. I added right here. Gosh, Casper, hey buddy, hi. I've actually got this clear plastic add-on down there that helps the belts just stay on a little better, in the sense that before you were just having 2 metal screws that were just kind of being bent to the sides. Now you've actually got a plastic piece holding the belts in place, and you can see that later in some other footage. And anyway, also I've got here an added shroud. So this shroud is supposed to be better than the previous one by cooling it a little better with direct airflow. Not only that, we've got a different air duct down there that actually cools the part more so than the actual piece before did. So this one is definitely a better piece overall, and it has plenty of hang, so there's you know, plenty of space. So there is no touching with the nozzle at all. So I like that a lot. It's just a nice, well done design. Back here, we've got a mount put on the back for, not a mount, but we call it cable strain relief. This just keeps the cable off of any of the components below, as well as just makes it seem, I don't know, just more firm. Plus, you don't have to worry about that cable in the back getting caught on anything because of the way it's being pulled now, or pushed out. Lastly, we have this Raspberry Pi, which is actually very simply done. I've just got a very small cable right here hooking them together. Over here I've got 1 screw where you used to hold the filament on there, and then of course I've got all this put inside, and over here is the lights. So you can see we can actually affect the lights if we want to. We can make them all the way off, or we can turn them on as bright as we want them to be. So right now I've got them on because I like the way the lights work with the camera. This camera mount right here is actually a temporary one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to end up getting a different one, and I'm going to get a longer cable for the actual camera mount. That way I can put the camera on the side of the machine and kind of face it downward, somewhat of an angle like this, so I can actually see the part while it's being printed. So that's my idea to do right there. The only other piece that you haven't seen yet, besides the fact that I did attach this cable over here, is up here. I've added a filament holder. So now I just have this top piece, and this of course is a gear that does spin, so if it needs to spin, it just spins just like that. And the filament right now is just sitting up there, as opposed to being held on the side or anything. Keeps it out of the way. The only other thing I need to put is I need to get a filament guide right here. As soon as I put a filament guide here on the side, it'll be done. So basically I've got 2 things that I need to add to this guide before it's completely done. But there you have it, basically my upgraded Anet E10. And I'll tell you guys, I have no problem with the quality. This thing is printing really good stuff. Not only can it print these things, and really, let me look at that, let's see if you can see how that looks. I mean, actually look at the quality of the print. Yeah. So there you have it, the Anet E10 added upgrades. That's what it looks like right there. I'm going to go ahead and give that a screenshot right there. And over here we have, of course, 2 different vases that were made on the E10. So these guys were both made on the E10, and just go ahead and take a look at the quality for yourself. This is 0.2 layers. You of course can go finer than that if you wanted to. with a little DIY, some ingenuity, and some add-ons, you can make your 3D printer great. I mean, seriously, this thing's an awesome printer right now. I'm really happy to have it a part of the Reality Check VR printer army, I guess the Pro VR Gear army for now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it's pretty noisy right now, but anyways, I definitely do want to show you guys some more videos to come. I am going to be going to Russia somewhat soon, but regardless, I've got a few more printers to unbox here before that happens, and I'm excited to show you guys that. So stick around for the next few videos to come. Intermittently, we're going to have some virtual reality in there as well. So see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.